Hi guys, and welcome back to a new episode with Tanoka One. This week we are discussing 12:8 Lotus, written by Buck Lemming. I got a couple questions, people asking if I did a reaction video. I did not, because one, there wasn't too much to show, and two, I was entirely too livid after the episode to bother doing the editing and posting. If anybody ever needs yet another example of why majority of the fandom absolutely outright hates Buck Lemming and their episodes, this is a perfect example. I mean, their first example was their first episode, which is the Route 666, which was so racist it got them fired immediately and told never to come back. But then once Eric Kripke left the show, Bob Singer, who's been on it for like freaking ever, pulled seniority and got them rehired, and the racism, sexism, misogyny has continued. And that is all alive and well in one single freaking episode. So, unfortunately, I'm going to give you your out right now if you don't want to hear basically not a happy video and me pointing out basically all the issues that was with this one episode. I will keep it to this one episode. You can leave now. Back out. But if you would like, I will point out all the very obvious, blatant issues with Buck Lemming's episode, which is, again, racism, sexism, rape, misogyny, creating their own canon, and blatantly ignoring or completely forgetting seasons worth of other canon. Like major plot points they just completely disregard or forget about, even though apparently Supernatural has a historian, that's their title, that is supposed to keep them from doing that. And they apparently fail at their job very hard. So in this episode we have, let's see, to start off with, brand new canon for Lucifer, where he is so unholy, crucifixes turn upside down for him and Bibles burn him. Which is interesting because that's completely freaking new. Also, he's an angel, okay? That only applies to demons. And not even all demons, just lesser demons, because Meg, Alistair, Crowley are not bothered by these things, and they're actually demonic. Lucifer is still an angel. He is still considered something holy, which is why he still needs permission to basically possess somebody. I wouldn't even say enter somebody's body, because he doesn't need that permission, apparently. So, there's that blatant, completely new and pointless, I would remind you, pointless new canon to Lucifer that actually complicates everything. When you create rules in a completely new show or a completely new fic or a story or something, those are your laws of physics. That is the rules you have to obey because they are what they are. You can't just create new laws of physics, especially when they contradict the other laws of physics. Because, oh wait, this sounds cool. Yeah, no, you can't do that. Sorry. Other laws of physics. And then you've got the president. The president. He's a white guy. Yeah, even though in canon, Obama is president. Because back in season 7, Dean lets, that when he's back in 2014, time after time, he lets them know that the president is a black guy. He doesn't call him out by name, but still a black guy. Okay, so given their canon, Obama should still be president. So the president should be a black guy. Okay? But no, they get a white guy. Another white guy on this show. Okay? Because there are so few already. A straight white guy, to be even clearer, to be the president, who, is apparently very religious and wants to get the country back on track, based straight off the Bible. And I'm just like, which parts of the Bible? Because, you are apparently having an affair out of wedlock, and you have no issue with that. And which contradicts your whole I'm super religious persona that they're trying to create. So then, on top of Lucifer now possessing home dude, president guy, very white. At least he's working together with the guy as far as, okay, I need your help to educate me as far as how to be you. Then Lucifer, because he's playing the guy, starts banging the girlfriend, which is rape, straight up, and which I take issue with because of the fact that this has been brought up to Supernatural during seasons 9 and 10 very strongly, to Bob Singer's face. After especially the fiasco with Castiel and April, and the fact that people, at that point we had no canon evidence that Jimmy was gone. We didn't know. We thought he was still there. And so everybody freaked the frack out because, oh my god, rape! Jimmy cannot consent, and canon already shows that vessels are completely aware, or at least aware enough of what is happening to themselves, that, they know what's going on. Rape. Alright, so not only was that a rape, did we think it was a rape of Jimmy. Come to find out, Jimmy's gone. Okay, come to find out though, April is possessing somebody. So not only did we think originally it was rape of Jimmy, it was a rape of whoever the hell April was possessing. Okay? And when this was brought up to Bob Singer back in season 9, 10 at the cons, when he started showing up and fans increasingly hated him because everything out of his mouth was sexist, misogynistic, and just horrible. Oh, and homophobic? That's a big one. When he was asked about the issue of consent in the episodes, he had to clarify and ask in return, what's consent? And to which, when they explained it to him, he's like, oh, well, we didn't plan on that being a major plot point. And look, I'm sorry, so please explain to me how that's okay, that you just flippantly have rape all up in your show. Because every time somebody is possessed, anytime Crowley has sex with somebody and he's possessed, it's rape. Okay? Anytime anybody has sex on the show and they're possessed, it's rape. And it's been brought to their attention numerous times. And fans are pissed off about it because they're like, you just flippantly do this. And then try to present it like it's normal or funny. Like it's not a big deal. That, yeah, he got him some. What? No! Rape! So you have Lucifer, who is having sex with Kelly. And the fact that she's having sex with this guy out of wedlock, not a big deal. That's not the issue. The issue is the fact that she is consenting to have sex with her boyfriend, whom she is not actually having sex with. It's kind of like somebody blindfolding Jensen and, telling him basically that Danielle is going to kiss him. And he ends up making out with somebody, and then the blindfold is removed, and he finds out it's a complete fucking stranger. That is basically what we're dealing with. It is called rape by deception, and it is a crime. And on top of that, then you have the massive plot holes. You have the fact that they completely, the characters all seem disconnected and don't seem to like each other. And that's been actually going on majority of the season. So apparently not only have they forgotten to write how to write, they either are trying to keep Dean and Castiel away from each other because, hey, no gay. We don't want anything that could possibly be even remotely homosexual, bisexual, anything, because I'm sorry, I'm still confused over how that's a problem, because it wouldn't stop the fact that, they're all badass MFers who saved the world multiple times. That would not change anything if Dean somehow also likes boys, Sorry, still not understanding why the show has such an issue that everybody else side characters can briefly be mentioned. Okay, yeah, here's your, token gay character, but not the straight white characters, main male characters. Which, not only fans call them out on, magazines and networks have also called them out on it, and the absolute, queer baiting that is the show, especially over the fact that networks support Dean and Castiel together. Magazines, they've won awards, they've won People's Choice Awards, they've won multiple awards, both online and in real life, for just all across the board, as favorite couple, and they're not even together yet, or either best chemistry. Actually Jensen and Misha won best chemistry at People's Choice, I want to say either earlier this year or last year. But hey, no. Like, ever since they've become so popular that, like, Starbucks, Olive Garden, Astroglide, that Hot Topic so blatantly, openly ships them, they, like, literally just have tried to keep Dean and Cass as far away from each other. I mean, they get referenced on other shows, like The Big Bang Theory, as being, like, the couple of the show. And that other characters on a different show ship their characters. And then you have, so not only do Dean and Cass apparently aren't friends anymore, because they can barely look at each other, they barely speak to each other, and when they do, they're not getting along. Nobody on the show apparently likes each other anymore. Everybody is disconnected and distant. Like, nobody likes each other. Dean and Sam don't seem to like each other, Cass and Dean don't seem to like each other. Crowley and Cass at least aren't supposed to like each other or be friends. So you've got all four of them completely disconnected, and it's completely affecting the audience and the fact that I'm not able to enjoy this because I'm too distracted by the fact that Team Free Will is apparently no longer friends. You know, because Dean and Sam need to be friends, and Dean and Cass need to be friends, because that is how this show works. You know, Dean and Cass need their damn profound bond. That is what sold seasons 4 and 5 and made it so just amazing. You know, on top of, you know, to parallel the crap that was going down with Sam. You have to get that back to fix the freaking show. Because you need Dean and Sam, of course, fighting their fight. But then you also need, you know, you need to fix the freaking show and the relationships. And if you can't, fire your freaking writers and hire somebody who can. It's not hard. You keep losing your damn good writers and putting these crap ones through it. I digress. Next point. Then you have the fact that Lucifer forcefully knocks up Kelly. Okay? Forcefully. After she already has no idea that she's having sex with Satan. She thinks she's having sex with her boyfriend. So again, rape. So now we have a child that is the, you know, product of a rape. Multiple rapes throughout the episode, by the way. Then you have, she's forcibly knocked up despite, you know, because their relationship is a secret. And she even says on the phone, 2 days later when she realizes magically somehow she's pregnant. And that is not how pregnancy works. Like, have you ever been born? Were you born last night? Do you not know how the world works? Pregnancy tests don't work that fast. It takes weeks to figure out you're pregnant. You know, so now she is pregnant by rape. Knows 2 days later, magically. Then you have the fact that in bed, Lucifer is talking about the fact that apparently he's a virgin, which no big deal. He's an angel. And been locked in the cage since pretty much the beginning of the universe or Earth and humanity, so not like he's had much time. But you have him talking about the fact that this is the first time I've ever created something. And like somewhere in the background of my head, I can hear Lilith, Meg, Alistair, basically all the demons go, say what? Because, you know, that was the major plot point of seasons 1 through 5. Was the fact that Lucifer was the father of the demons and created an entire species. Which was why Lilith had to be the one to die to let Lucifer out. Because she was the first demon he created. That is why Lilith had her whole obsession with Sam. And Ruby went on her whole manipulative 2-season story arc to get Sam to kill Lilith. Because she was the first demon. You know, and that, like, Casey back in season 3 is talking about the fact that Lucifer, the reason all the demons have so much faith and believe in him so much is because basically he's their satanic Jesus and their father. But, you know, forcing a woman to get knocked up, that's the first time he's created something. Then, I'm not done. It continues. You have the fact that the boys already know, one, that the the Secret Service thinks that they are there to assassinate the president because they've already run into trouble. In which case, Mr. Ketch, also another white guy, because there's so few on this damn show. So few. They really, 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 really need more white guys. Seriously, probably a little bit more straight white guys. So then they have where they already know the Secret Service thinks they're there to assassinate the president because Lucifer already warned them about the fact that these, you know, whatever, are there to assassinate him. So that when Lucifer gets called to the hotel to meet Kelly because Kelly's like, I can't have this baby. Which again, you should not know you're pregnant that fast, ever. Not only, one, going back to her being pregnant when Crowley teleports her from the house to the hotel to meet with the guys so they can explain, you know, I'm a witch and I'm an angel, he's the king of hell, blah, 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 blah. She gets called unholy. You know, this is a rape victim. Please keep in mind. She's just found out that she has been lied to and raped. And so she would feel traumatized and violated. And probably, you know, just going to need lots of fucking therapy. You know, and that she is now pregnant with her rapist child. Castiel, subtle, sweet Castiel that he is, tells her that she is unholy and carrying an abomination. Despite the fact that there's already an Antichrist on the show. He was 10. And we haven't heard anything back from him since. So apparently, he's just growing up and being a normal kid. You know, again, they seem to have forgotten that they keep trying to throw the Antichrist evil thing on these interspecies children, you know, and then destroy them, even though they haven't done anything wrong. Just because you exist and that's bad enough. Because like I said, we already met a Nephilim. She's just a waitress living her life. Very sweet, very cute, very nice. To the fact that Castiel, when Metatron tells him, no, we gotta destroy her, he's like, dude, I don't want to. ultimately somehow ends up killing her anyway. And then you have, I think the kid's name was Adam, if I remember correctly. But he's also supposed to be the Antichrist, and he literally is the result of a violent rape. And, and he had serious mojo powers, but in the end, ultimately, they leave him alone because the fact that, he's a kid. They probably could have hunted him down, but he was only a 1-episode story arc. And now you have them trying to force an abortion on a woman and calling her unholy to the point that Castiel feels the need to prove it by burning her with a Bible. And wanting to force an abortion on her, which case, her body, her freaking choice, because her choice has not been taken into regard at any point during this episode. So whether or not she wants to have her rapist child, that's up to her. Like, seriously, her body, her choice. If she chooses to have it, good on her. If she chooses to put it up for adoption, good for her. If she wants an abortion, good for her. You do not get to make that decision for another person, and you don't get to execute a child for the sins of its father. Who hasn't done it hasn't done anything. It's not even been born. And it's just, oh God almighty, this episode. Then, on top of the fact that the boys already know that the Secret Service are after them for, wanting to assassinate the president. For some reason, you have Castiel hiding in a closet rather than in the other room with everybody else. I guess for the sheer point of having him come out of a closet. If Dean and he would both just come out of a closet, that would be nice. And I do mean that, metaphorically. And just freaking get together, because there's no reason for them not to, other than the fact that apparently the people behind the scenes are homophobic assholes. And are falling way behind every other show and every other network, on TV currently. Get your crap together. Stuff it. So then, when the Secret Service already thinks they're there to assassinate the president, and apparently Crowley just poofs his mother out, and Cass sneaks Kelly out the side door, Dean and Sam just decide to stick around and hang out with the president. Because they're basically having to kill time until the Secret Service comes in so they can be arrested, so that they can go off to jail, which, woo, the big cliffhanger. Except not really, because it's stupid the fact that they're hanging out in the room, when they already know the Secret Service is going to be after them. The president's fine. They already checked on that. The Secret Service is outside and is going to be drawn to attention over the fact that, big light show that was very loud coming from the room that the president's in. And it's stupid and ridiculous and pointless and crap writing. And we have to suffer through that. And this is the crap we put up with every freaking Buck Lemming episode. Every damn time. Sam and Dean are apparently arrested and gone to some secret underground jail, so Cass can't just poof them out because of the fact that he can't tell where they are. If they forget, which they probably will, or either just won't bother with it, the fact that Cass can dream walk, and so he should be walking in and out of Dean's dreams, at least reassuring him, hey, you're not alone, I'm trying to find you, we're trying to find you, it's gonna be okay, how are you holding up? How is Sam? Then that's stupid. That's, again, huge major plot point they've completely freaking forgotten. And I get that Crowley can't just up and find them, though he could teleport them out if they could figure out where the frack they are. But Crowley at this point just is dependent on informants, which he has few and far between. I am not really looking forward to the rest of the season. I'm not. I've tried to be hopeful. I really, really have. But this one episode, Supernatural doesn't care anymore. They don't give a frack. I'm still gonna watch because hope is a creature that I can't kill. Literally, they're gonna get so much negative backlash from this. There's already been a mass exodus this season from people who gave up way before I did. Not that I've given up, rephrase. But there's already fans leaving in droves because of the exact same shit we just were forced to sit through this episode. And I'm probably forgetting something to rant about in this episode because of how just, yeah. So, but there was already so much crap wrong that I don't see, how they could have missed it. Other than the fact that Eugenie is married to Bob Singer and she's half of the Buck Lemming team. Both of them need to be freaking fired. Both Buck Lemming, both members of Buck Lemming and Bob Singer, because they're crap, and that unless he wants to just direct and he gets absolutely no say-so about the show, because he's pretty good as a director, outside of that, he needs to be fired. Next episode is the 200th or the 250th, I don't know, I actually don't even care at this point, I'm so angry. episode of Supernatural that apparently, hopefully, will be better than the last couple ones we've gotten. That, will force at least them to up their game, at least on one episode. Hopefully we get better writing from it. Hopefully over hiatus they realize, oh crap, we've screwed up, and start scrambling to write the rest of this season better. But considering how far ahead they usually are as far as writing, who knows? They may have shot themselves good and plenty in the foot, and there's only a few episodes left for them to actually, do any additions or corrections to. Why nobody on the show, not the writers, not the actors, not the directors, not the, anybody who does any approving of the show has not noticed, hey, there are issues with this. There are problems we need to fix. I have no idea, because they probably don't care anymore. As long as the show has been making money and it's probably coming to an end, they've just, hey, we don't care. We're just going to half-ass everything. And so that rather than Supernatural going out on a high note, it just crashes and burns because we stopped giving a fuck. So I will see y'all back next week, or not even next week, when the next episode airs. January 27th, I believe it comes back on. Also, it comes on an hour earlier than normal because it could mean anything. It could be a reflection of the fact that Supernatural is sucking right now, and that so many people have stopped watching, so they moved it to a, less prime spot time slot. Or it could be the fact that they are, basically using it as an intro to possibly a new show that's going to come on in Supernatural's old time. This point, like I said, I'm angry. I was so livid after this episode. I couldn't be bothered with the reaction video or anything. I had to go take a walk because I was angry, and then go find me some serious, super fluffy fic. And actually ended up reading one that's not fluffy. Well, I mean, it's fluffy, but it's called A Hole in the World, and it basically deals with civil rights and the fact that how broken our society is, and the fact that women are victim blamed for their own rapes, and the fact that boys will be boys, and how is he supposed to help himself when she basically walks around existing, which temptation to commit a crime and admission that the temptation to commit a crime was too great in any other context is, pleading guilty, damnable in court. When it comes to rape, apparently it's a defense, because that's the fucked up society we live in. And so, A Hole in the World basically deals with that. And it's actually quite lovely because you get to see Sam eat people alive while they're on the witness stand for crimes that they at one point got away with and later tried to commit, and he's fixing to throw the freaking book at them. So that gives me joy. And it's interesting because of the fact that Dean actually gets put into the perspective of the woman because it's an ABO fic. So that it's basically post-apocalyptic, which forces human evolution into creating basically new sexes and genders and stuff like that. So that Dean is an Omega, and if you are in the fic world, you know what that means. So the fact that he is the victim, and he is the one being victim blamed, and because he basically takes his assailants to court, he's also the one getting, slurs thrown at him, and being blamed as just trying to ruin people's lives, and the fact that they're good families, except for the fact that their sons are gang rapists, and Dean is trying to just get justice. And so it was actually, that all sounds horrible, but it's actually really, really good because you basically get, healing for the main victim, but plus other victims of this very broken society. And you get to see them go through multiple trials, and the fact that the civil trial goes to the Supreme Court, basically demanding rights for people, and the fact that the system is broken. And it's just, it's really, really good. It's 300,000 words long, which in book context is about the length of 3 500-page novels. I read this really fast. In about, I only basically get spare time on the weekends, so I read it in 2 weekends. Like I said, it's called A Hole in the World. It's really, really good. And just, oh God, I loved it so much. It was really good. If it weren't 300,000 words long, I would probably ask the author if I could podfic it, because that's at least a 38-hour long podfic, which is about 60 hours worth of work, at least. I'm still, sadly, very much thinking about doing it. We'll see. I really like the fic, and really, really recommend it. It's called A Hole in the World. And I'm still so angry over this episode. I'm trying to find more fic to basically try and act as a balm, you know, to get me past being furious with this show right now. Y'all have seen my other episodes. Y'all know I'm very SPN positive. Like, seriously, I love this show. I do. I love the characters. I am furious with them right now. I'll see y'all back when Supernatural comes back on in January. Until then, peace out. Have fun. Merry Christmas. Have a happy holiday. Happy New Year. Be safe. Please don't drink and drive. For your sake and the sake of other people. And if y'all want me to do any other videos between now and then, as far as over anything, you are welcome to leave me a comment or come find me over on Tumblr and send me an ask. And I will be more than happy to try and fill hiatus with something. Bye!